I'm your host, Outcast Penguin, and today I am joined by...
Techmeister Gringo, coming at you again.
Yes, we just recorded this whole video
Yeah.
on the wrong mic.
We did.
Might be a little bit less energetic than that original recording would be, but we'll see. We'll try to keep energy levels up. How about that thumbnail, guys?
We've got a doozy one for you.
We've got a doozy. We got a real fun one. Before we get into that, though, little reminder for a like, subscribe, and hey, if you're interested, we've got a Discord channel, and you can find it down in the description. We've got...
Be there or be stupid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No.
No.
We're not going to insult our fans like that. But
Not a
if you want to have a good time chatting with us, theorizing, throwing out ideas, maybe watching some gameplay when we put on little Let's Plays and stuff in that chat, we have a lot of fun. So if you're looking for that, feel free to join. Links in the description. And then also, we would like to make a huge special thanks to our very first channel member.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Big whoop. Very happy.
Big whoop.
Hey, it is a big whoop.
No, it's whoop, not whoop.
Big whoop. That's the same.
Thank you to Berber0555. We look forward to hearing more comments from you. If you also would like to join the channel membership and get access to custom emojis and a little shout out in our videos, it would be greatly appreciated. It'd help us to be able to do this more and to be more focused on it.
Yeah.
But if you don't have time, a subscription still goes a long way.
Yeah.
I think that's everything as far as announcements go.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the topic for today's discussion.
Today's topic is another juicy one.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The question for discussion today.
Is Metroman a minion?
Is Metroman a minion? From Despicable Me.
From Despicable Me.
Not the fish.
No. That would be ludicrous.
That would be ludicrous. Although...
But this one makes sense.
This one makes sense more. Marginally better. Okay, so we're just gonna launch right into evidence. I think you guys understand the premise pretty well. We don't have to explain that more.
Yeah, I think that it's an obvious enough connection that we don't need to explain ourselves and just jump right into the evidence.
Yeah. All right. So evidence number one. This is the one that actually kind of sparked the idea. Techmeister Gringo over here came up with this idea based on this visual clue that we received.
I definitely wasn't scrambling to try and come up with any idea I could.
Yeah. So the idea that he came up with essentially started with the fact that Metroman, when you see that Megamind uses his DNA to make that gun that will shoot anyone and turn them into Metroman, he uses a yellow pill-shaped object that represents Metroman's essence.
Yeah. And in the original and only good Despicable Me movie... No, in that one...
2 is okay.
2 is decent. When they're crawling around Vector's lair, they, like, one of the minions cracks another minion's back and shakes him, and he starts to glow, and they look identical.
Yep, that little pill is glowing a nice yellow color, and that's also true of the minions themselves.
Yeah.
And so that kind of kicked it off, is they obviously have some kind of biofluorescent thing that doesn't show up usually, but does under certain conditions.
Yeah.
And so that's the start of it. Also, why would Metroman's essence be yellow? And pill-shaped?
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
I wonder why.
And so that alone I don't think is enough to suggest that Metroman is a minion. But there's more evidence, luckily. Otherwise we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So
sharing this important information.
Yes, and very important. I'm sure this will garner trillions of views.
It should.
Every single person on the planet will view it multiple times.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next piece. Megamind's race in the movie is next to Metroman's planet. Like, they're neighboring planets, part of the same system, and they're both capable of space travel. And we also know that Megamind's race calls their slaves minions, which has two potential reasons for maybe being the case. The first would be that potentially this is a riff. This is that race being like, hey, we're over you so much so that our word for slave is going to be the name of your species.
Yeah.
And
or they just captured some of them. And
also possible. Maybe they captured them, modified their DNA. I don't know if we have enough evidence for that specifically.
But the minions come in many shapes and sizes. Like,
it's true that, they don't come in very many shapes. They're all pill-shaped.
no, they don't have shapes.
Yeah.
They do have different sizes.
They do have different sizes.
They kind of have different shapes. They have different amount of eyes.
It's true. It's true. 2 or 1 eyes. I think that it's probably more compelling that they're doing this as like a status or social thing.
Oh, definitely.
But it is certainly there. There's some kind of enmity between these 2 planets, and maybe that is why they call their underlings minions.
Yeah. In
Megamind's planet. Now, that said, there's also more bits and pieces. We know, for example, that the minions in Despicable Me have been on the planet Earth since long before the humans have been, right?
Yeah.
So if these are kind of, I wouldn't say that Metroman and the minions are technically the same species, but they might have the same, like, shared common ancestor.
Yeah.
Right? They come from the same single-celled organism. Which, by the way, would have been a minion that made its way to Earth. Maybe to escape their planet. Maybe it was like the Megamind race and the Metroman race got into combat, and in order to preserve the species in some form, they created a small single-celled life form that could live independently, and then sent it out to go grow and evolve and change when it reached a new environment.
Well, and this wouldn't be the first time in pop culture we've seen a race of superhuman battle warriors come from little goofy things. Like DBZ Abridged taught
DBZ Abridged teaches us this.
Teaches that the Saiyans came from little frog people. So,
and that's absolutely canon. As we know, we received word earlier this year, actually, that the current creator of Dragon Ball considers everything the fans have been enjoying canon.
Yep.
And that absolutely includes Dragon Ball Z Abridged, so that's canon now.
Very true. Very true.
And so, would that be possible in this case with the minions? Absolutely, it would be. We see, and you mentioned this during our last take. Yeah. The minions have been seen to be able to live in space for an extended period of time.
Yeah, they don't need to breathe. Apparently,
they don't need to breathe. They probably don't need to eat that frequently. They do eat.
Yeah, I mean, we see one like living like in the upper atmosphere and eventually making it all the way to the moon, and he's like dancing.
Yeah, like weeks later.
Fine. Like, he's
chilling.
Well, it would have been way more than weeks, because like he's floating around in space and just happens upon the moon at some point.
It's crazy. So he's clearly capable of living significantly longer without air or food than we are, right? And that's perfect for a space-traveling species. We can also see that the single-celled life form version of the minions have like complex eyes, same as they do when they're bigger. They're much more intelligent than all of the bully fish and single-celled organisms that they follow around.
Yep.
And therefore possibly even got here from space travel. They're that intelligent. Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, and like, you know, if they can live in space and don't really need to eat or breathe, you know, it's possible that, you know, you've heard the theory that life came to Earth on an asteroid.
On an asteroid, yeah.
What if, like... Well, it would be very, very unlikely that the same asteroid that brought minion life to Earth also brought it to Metroman's planet. But, like, maybe it's just, like... Maybe they are the most basic unit of life. And they just fill the entire universe.
Or maybe something happened on Metroman's planet that caused some single-celled life to be ejected from that and eventually made its way to Earth. Just by chance.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's not definitive. We don't have evidence of that.
Well, and
but
that would make
it's
sense because
possible.
if the minions, like, that's what they would look like if they were living in their natural habitat. They would turn into, like, basically Super Saiyan.
Yeah, basically. Because despite what Superman would have you believe, you're not going to be stronger outside of your normal habitat than you are inside. In some cases, you're going to be stronger in your normal habitat, right? And you're going to be better at evolving and all that because this is the place you're carved out for survival for. And so Metroman's group would see insane levels of change and power scaling as they need to beat all of the other races on their planet and on this other invading planet.
Yeah.
And so that could explain why they're as crazy strong as they are. Yes. Notably, though, the single-celled organisms that we see the minions being are yellow.
Yeah.
And so Metroman's cells being yellow would not be a surprise at all if they came from that same lineage.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make total sense.
All right, so let's move on to the next little bit here. We can see that the minions and Metroman, both, in their early years especially, share a penchant for bullying the weak.
Yes.
Right? The minions like to go to the strongest villain in order to hang up themselves with that guy and then go beat up everybody else. Metroman, when he first gets to Earth, is really kind of a jerk to Megamind.
Much more of a bully than a hero.
Yeah, much more of a bully than a hero. And you can see he is angry and vindictive in how he acts with Megamind at that point. Why? Because Megamind was weak. And Megamind didn't show himself as a threat to anyone or anything. But that changes the moment Megamind chooses villainy.
Yeah, as soon as he chooses villainy, we go through the newspapers, and every time, Metroman is happy.
All smiles.
To be fighting Megamind.
And the same is also true in reverse. But you'll also notice that Megamind and Metroman fight for a while, but Metroman eventually decides he's fed up with it. He's done. He's like, you know what, we've had good times, we've had fun times, but I don't really like this hero shtick.
Well, yeah, because it's in his DNA code. Like, it's in everything that makes him to not fight evil, but to
be
subservient to the strongest bad guy.
Yep, and the strongest bad guy in that world at that time is Megamind. But unfortunately, his code is at odds with itself, because he's supposed to bully the weak, and Megamind is way weaker than him.
Yeah.
But he's also supposed to be subservient to the strongest villain, and Megamind is the strongest villain.
Well, and he was also never taught by his parents to be subservient to the strongest villain.
Yeah, so he doesn't even know this. Like, he feels it. It's part of his nature.
He was taught by human philosophy, which is very different from minion philosophy. So it makes sense that the best thing he feels he can do is be a hero, because he still gets to interact with the villain. But when he decides that he doesn't want that because he's not satisfying anymore, he has to go to something completely different.
Yep. And we see that happen, and what does he go to after that?
He goes to music.
You know who else has a penchant for music?
The Minions.
Yeah,
we see, I don't remember if it's Bob or which one it is, but in the Minion movie, I don't love that movie, but but in that movie, one of them gets gifted an electric guitar by the Queen of England, and
just immediately,
and he's immediately really, really good at playing the guitar, like immediately, which also does confirm that in the Minion and Megamind universe, there is a Queen of England.
Yes.
Yeah. Or at least there was.
There was a Queen of England.
There was one, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Fun note. But in addition to that, we can see that Minions in all of the movies like to do these special musical numbers in their own little garbled language, right?
No, that is a good point.
And it never sounds great, but they love doing it. And the same is true of Metroman.
That is also true. With him. This pretty much confirms it, honestly.
Honestly, 100%.
Yeah.
And we still have a little bit more to go. We can see that I already mentioned they're both indestructible. They both also have black hair.
Yeah. Come on.
Yep.
It's a dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway. We can see that they both take on humanoid appearances. Minions have like legs and hands and eyes in pretty similar ways to how humans do. Obviously, they don't look like Metroman's
Do they
group
have
does.
noses?
No.
Do they not?
They don't
remember.
have
I haven't
noses,
seen
no.
one of the movies in a while.
Or if they do, it's under their little goggles.
Yeah, we'll need to fact check that.
It doesn't look like they have noses. But they can still smell, because you can see them sniff some stuff in some of the movies. So, like, clearly they still have a nose somewhere, or some olfactory sense.
That is in the general vicinity of a nose.
Yes, potentially. So you take all that together, right? The colors, the glowing, the music, the villain enjoyment, and you put it all together, and it's just like Metroman might be a minion. He might be. Now, granted, in this case, again, probably not same species, but like humans are fish.
That is true.
I don't know if you knew that. You cannot evolve out of a clade. And we have found that minions who have been on the planet since way before humans were have been called minions since the beginning.
So he is a minion.
He is a minion.
Just as we're
fish.
Yes.
If you don't know anything about that, check out Clint's Reptile Room on YouTube. A little shout out for one of my favorite channels.
He'll tell you all about it.
I would talk your ear off if this was in person.
Probably.
We can do that on the Discord channel if you guys so wish.
Come to the Discord channel. It'll be fun.
If you wish for a fish, the Discord channel is the best place to go.
There you go.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you guys for coming for our video. Once again, make sure to check out the Discord channel, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'd love to hear from you in the comments.
Yeah.
Until then, though, this is Outcast Penguin and
Techmeister Gringo
signing off.